Hello everyone, this is Pete Graham from Cervello. Today I'm going to do a quick demo of our Google Analytics to Salesforce Wave application that we've built on Heroku. So real quick, what the application does is once you get this set up and deployed to your Heroku instance, it allows you to connect to your Google Analytics instance for your website data, pulls that data into Heroku, and then finally loads that into the Salesforce Wave or Analytics Cloud platform. There is a GitHub page set up for this where it does a quick overview of the application, walks you through the features, the architecture, how to set up the application, get it running, and then there's a walkthrough here. Also, you can deploy this with a one-button deployment to your Heroku instance, and all the source code that is currently in the application is fully available for your for download and modification if you want to update the application to do something different than what it does today. So I'm going to jump over here real quick and I'm going to log in. I've already deployed this application to our own Heroku instance. Got this running, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. So once I'm logged in here, this is a dashboard page. Before we do that, I want to just run over here real quick, and this is detailed out in the settings and configuration, but there's two key things that you need to get set up. One is Google Analytics profile. I've already got a few set up here that we're going to use, and you can simply add profile, and that will actually ask you for some information. There's a little more detail on this on the GitHub page. And then I'll need to set up my credentials for my Salesforce instance. So again, username, password, along with what's critical is the Salesforce application. We'll see that in a second. And that's related to the Analytics Cloud. And once I get my credentials set up, we're going to jump over here and create what we call a job. And what a job represents is simply a query that's going to extract data from Google Analytics and load that to the Analytics Cloud. So real quick here, I'm going to first set up, I'm going to name this job, and it's critical to know that the job name itself is going to represent the data set that I'm going to create in Analytics Cloud. So I'm going to go ahead and say demo for the web, and I'm going to pick the profile again. I'm going to use some Cervello website data here, and I need to pick my metrics. So now what I'm going to do is pick my metrics and my dimensions, which represent the data that's being captured from Google Analytics. So on the metric side, I might want to look at, well, sessions. How many sessions do I have? What's the bounces on my website? And maybe what the page views are. So these are all standard metrics that Google Analytics tracks. I'm also going to select the dimensions of the data set. So I might want to look at where people are visiting from, so what country, when, so date. I may also be interested in understanding what browser they're using, and let's maybe add in a little bit of mobile device. So what mobile device are folks using? So now that I've picked my metrics, I want to pick when I want this data set to be extracted from. So I'm going to go back and pull from the beginning of the year, so January 1st till today, and I'll do a little sorting on this data as it comes in. Again, then I'll select my Salesforce profile that I want to run this. So I've got one profile. So again, this represents the Salesforce instance or org that I'm loading into. I can then decide if I want to run this immediately, delayed, or repeated. Delayed would be to run it at a future date. Repeated would be if I want to run this on a set schedule going forward. But I'm going to go ahead and hit save here. What that's going to do is going to allow me to run this. Just 1 second. Okay, go ahead. I'm going to run this right away. So that immediately runs this job. As you can see on the dashboard here, it's running currently. I can cancel it, but I'm not going to do that, and refresh. And eventually this job is going to complete. So while it's running, it's actually I'm going to go ahead and jump over here to now Salesforce, and I'm going to log into an Analytics Cloud instance where that data set is going to be created. So go ahead here and log in. So once I'm inside of Salesforce, I'm going to jump over here to the Analytics app, my app selector. And once I'm logged in here, I'm going to go over to apps, and I've got something called Dreamforce 2015. And I can see my data set that I created called Demo for the Web. These are some other ones that I've already created here. So if I go ahead and select this data set, if you're not familiar with Analytics Cloud or Wave, this is essentially what we call a lens. And so from here, what I've got now is I've loaded about 1,000 records. And if I look at my measures, I've got bounces, sessions, and page views. Those are the things I selected. So I'm going to go ahead and select sessions. And let's remove this. So now I'm looking at all the sessions I've seen on my website. And then I'm going to look at this. I want to see, well, what browsers are folks using, and maybe sort this and see what's the most popular browser that's being used. I can see Chrome's fairly popular. Then I might want to add in another grouping and see what country are people visiting from. I might want to change this visualization to a stack bar. So again, these are all features and functionality that are available in the Analytics Wave platform. But as you can see, I quickly was able to load a data set within Wave using this Heroku application that we've developed. So that's it. That's the demo. So just to highlight a couple of key things. So it integrates with Google Analytics, allows you to create data sets in Analytics Cloud, and it's all built and runs on Heroku. Thanks. Take care. Bye.